That's the hard start. Let's go.
Alright, fuck it. All of these start with Mark's aggression now.
Every single one. Hi guys, hope we're all doing well. I'm Mark. I'm Kinson. Today we've got a fun little thing going on today. Since last week we did a 2-part series on Ed and Lorraine Warren, we thought it would be a silly, goofy time to cover The Conjuring. Mm-hmm. So today we are going to be covering The Conjuring. It was directed by the great James Wan, who I love. It was released July 15th of 2013. And the movie follows Ed and Lorraine Warren, the paranormal investigators, that you should know about if you listen to the podcast.
Yep.
I know some of y'all just listen to these movies episodes. Stop. Go back, listen to the last two.
Yeah, go back 2 weeks.
Listen to Ed and Lorraine. And then come back.
Yeah. You gotta hear me talking a lot more. That's your only sacrifice.
Maybe that's why they don't listen.
Alright. You gonna retire?
But Ed and Lorraine are investigating a farmhouse in Harrisville, Rhode Island. Woo. Yeah, okay.
I didn't know where you're going with that.
So the movie starts and it actually opens up with the Annabelle case. And
what did we talk about? We talked about that week 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the dolls.
Sponsored by dolls.
Because we were sponsored by dolls week 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty close, I guess, to the actual case. That one, not the Annabelle movies, but that opening sequences with the parchment paper
Kind of.
saying "Miss Me" and all that shit.
Yeah, it has all like the same ingredients. The only thing that was more dramatic for the movie was the
Red crayon all over the.
Yeah, the red crayon all over the room.
Anyway, we're jumping ahead. So the year's 1968. There are 2 nurses and a guy sitting at this couch, and they're talking about Annabelle, how it would move by itself, and how they took it to a medium, and the medium told them that the doll is, like, it's attached, like, the ghost is attached to it, and her name is Annabelle Higgins. And she has a liking for that doll.
Yeah, which is the real name of the girl from the actual case.
Yeah. They do a pretty solid job.
Yeah.
Anyway, we don't listen to last week's and the weeks before.
Yeah.
You can learn all about the real cases then. But today, we're talking about the movie.
Yeah.
But the nurses felt really bad, so they gave it permission to inhabit the doll. And things got worse. That's when the Miss Me note showed up, and that's when the red crayon was kind of like all over the apartment. They throw Annabelle in the trash, and then in the middle of the night, they hear a knock on their door. The Miss Me note is at the door, and Annabelle is back in the house. Spooky.
Yeah.
So they ask Ed and Lorraine for help. Ed tells them, it's a demon. Demons, like ghosts, can't really attach themselves to things. Only demons can.
Yeah.
And demons don't really possess items. They possess people. Bum, bum, bum. So it then pans out, and it reveals that whole Annabelle case is being shown in front of a college class. And someone raises their hand. They're like, yo, what happened to the doll? And for those who listened to last week's episode knows that the doll is in...
Oh, yeah. So the doll is in their little haunted museum that they have, which, like we talked about last week, is not... I don't believe it's open to the public anymore, but it's still all there, because both of them have passed now, Ed and Lorraine Warren. Now, I believe it goes to their son, stepson, some sort of relative, but not the daughter. I don't think the daughter owns it.
Really?
Yeah. I think that it's I don't think that she wanted anything to do with it. After her parents both passed away, I think that she was just nah. Cool.
I don't blame her.
Yeah, I would be fucking done with that shit too.
So then we get a title card, and then we cut to a scene with the Piron family moving into the farmhouse in Rhode Island. Just to keep things real simple and short here, they're just moving in. They're moving boxes. The kids are playing clap, hide and seek.
Yep.
Which is it's like Marco Polo essentially.
Yeah, I've never heard of that game before this movie or since.
It sounds fun. I've never played it.
I would go crazy on that game if I was a kid.
Yeah.
It sounds so
I'd
fun.
play it right now. No, not right now. Maybe in 20 minutes.
With just two of us.
But essentially the game is like, it's like Marco Polo, but instead of, replying with Polo, the person says clap, and where you're hiding, you have to clap.
Yep, and you only get 3 of those.
Pretty straightforward, real simple. So during the game, one of the girls gets found, and they break a piece of a wall off, like in this like little cellar area, revealing a basement. It's real neat, real spooky. Yeah, so it turns out there's just a bunch of shit in there, like a bunch of it's like storage, like a bunch of storage.
Yeah.
There's like a piano, there's like a dresser, chairs, hella chairs.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of shit from the last owners. And the family dog has been acting weird. Okay, so Roger and Carolyn, who are the mom and dads, they go upstairs and they start christening up the new house, bro.
Yeah.
They start banging.
They do, dude. That's like the first thing they fucking do.
It's a weird thing to do.
It is. It's a weird thing to put in the beginning of the movie. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I thought it was a little odd.
Did not need to be there, to be honest. That scene could have ended, and the movie would have been 100% the same.
Yeah. So then Carolyn's in bed sleeping. She wakes up because she hears a sound of like a swinging rope. She walks out. One of the daughters is like, "Mom, I'm cold." One of the other daughters is like, "Mom, something in my room smells dead."
Yeah.
Carolyn goes downstairs. We hear a draft from the cellar. Turns out Roger's just down there booling.
Yeah, he's trying to fix the front.
Carolyn makes coffee, and we find out that Sadie the dog is missing. And the clocks all stopped. Every single clock in the house stopped at 3:07.
When I was watching that, she glanced at the clock, and it framed it as if it was just supposed to be about her reflection. But I looked because I noticed the second hand wasn't moving real fast. Like right when the scene changed, I noticed the second hand hadn't moved. And I was like, I feel like that's important. And I rewound it to see the time to see if it was 3 a.m. and it was 3:07. And the dog was still supposed to be on the chain outside because remember it wouldn't come in the house.
Yeah.
Wouldn't come in the house. So Roger is it dad?
Roger's the dad.
Roger just put a chain on it so it didn't run away, but it was like he won't fucking come in, so he just has to stay out there, I guess. And so put a chain on it, and then so they told the daughter, he's on the chain, go out there, he's chilling.
Another thing, Carolyn is covered in bruises, which isn't too out of the blue because she got banged around last night by Roger and a ghost.
True.
So it turns out Sadie's dead.
Yes.
The
dog.
The dog is gone.
Yeah.
Ceases to exist. Cut from the movie.
Yeah.
So we then cut to the Warrens' collection.
They didn't have a big dog actor budget.
No, that dog made $20 a day.
It's too much. It's too much, dude. The only thing he can do is bark. He kept not hitting his lines.
That's why they killed him.
I know, they killed him off early.
So they cuts to the Warrens' collection, and a reporter and Ed are in there, like, walking around, Ed showing him the collection. We see that the Warrens have taken things from investigation that's either haunted, cursed, or used in, like, rituals. He explains to the reporter that a priest blesses the room every month, and then we find out that something has happened to Lorraine, and that they haven't really done an investigation since then. The reporter asks about Annabelle. Ed takes the reporter to Annabelle, which isn't the case. And then we find out that Ed and Lorraine's daughter, Judy, was hiding out in the room. And Ed's like, you're not supposed to be in here. Get out of here. So Lorraine and Judy are hanging out in like in another room, sitting in a rocking chair, when Ed walks in. And he's like, the reporter's a skeptic. And Lorraine tells him to stop blaming himself. Ed and Lorraine have a great relationship in this movie, unlike the real Ed and Lorraine. They're really cute in this movie.
They are actually very, very, like, it's a very sweet dynamic between the two of them.
It is. So we cut to the farmhouse at night. Christine and Nancy are asleep, and something pulls on Christine's foot. Christine and Nancy are 2 of the 5 daughters. There's 5 daughters,
Too many
so
kids.
It's a lot.
Way too many.
Too much estrogen in that house.
Dude, that's because they keep christening houses. They need to fucking stop, bro.
If only Sadie was one of them, you know what I'm saying? So, something pulls on Christine's foot, and Christine's like, Nancy, stop fucking with me. And then she's like, Nancy, stop farting, bro.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I'm not fucking farting. We then cut downstairs to Roger. He's asleep at his desk when a loud knocking wakes him up. And it's 3 knocks, bro.
Boom, boom, boom.
Right?
Yep.
Right?
Always is.
That comes, remember that. It comes into play later. So Roger, he opens a door. Or a door, sorry, he doesn't. A door kind of starts opening.
Yeah, like creaks open.
It like creaks
like
open.
a few inches.
Yeah.
Like maybe 4 inches.
Something
Like,
like
not
that. Enough for Roger to notice. So he gets up, he starts looking around, then he hears more knocking. This time it's like another door opens.
Mm-hmm.
This time seemingly by itself. Roger goes into the room and nothing's there. And then we keep hearing the knocking, man. Bop, bop, bop. Andrea is on the steps, which is another one of the daughters.
Mm-hmm.
Or not Andrea. Andrea's the one sleepwalking.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the other daughter's name. So one of the daughters is on the steps and is like, yo, Andrea's sleepwalking.
Yeah. Oh, that's the old one. The oldest daughter, right?
Oldest daughter.
That's the one that was like, it smells like shit in my room.
Yes.
And then the mom was like, well, does it still smell? And she was like, no. And she goes, problem solved.
Yeah.
And walked away. Yeah. The oldest daughter who plays little to no role in this movie.
Very, very small role.
Like, almost nothing.
So yeah, Roger and oldest daughter go into the room,
Mm-hmm.
and Andrea's just banging her head against this wardrobe.
Mhm.
Roger takes her back to bed, and that's really it. She's known to be a sleepwalker, so they're not too, they're not shaken by that.
Yeah.
So the next day comes, more bruises start showing up on Carolyn. Roger leaves for work, only to find a pigeon dead in the same spot Sadie was dead in. Crazy. Crazy.
Oh, I didn't even notice that was the same spot, actually.
Yeah.
So you just said that.
Same spot. So the kids go off to school. Well, all the kids except April, who is the youngest daughter. April is in her room talking to someone she calls Rory. And Karen's like, hey, can I see him? And then April's like, well, you have to use the music box and look in the mirror and he will appear behind you.
Scary.
So she starts fucking with the box.
Scary as
And
fuck.
we kind of see something in the background, like move.
Yeah, it was like curtains. Just like do like a
Yeah.
little-
And then she shuts the box and April goes, boo, mommy. And it scared me. Not gonna lie. Got me.
You know what got me? Because we already talked about it, and I forgot to right now. Like a thing that, what are those called? Like fake out jump scares.
Yeah.
Like those. Is when she was getting her leg pulled on, and then it hard cut to static on the TV to show him waking up. Bro, when it hard cut to static, it's literally just it's silent, and then like that. I fucking jumped hard. That one got me.
I jumped maybe 3 times in this movie.
Yeah, it got me definitely a few times.
And I'm not a guy who jumps watching movies.
Yeah. I forgot how scary this movie is. Because most of these movies I've never seen. Some of them I have seen like a lot. Like all the Halloweens I saw. Blah, blah, blah. But
All the new ones.
all the ones we talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like 10 more.
Yeah, whatever. But this one is one that I have seen, but I hadn't seen for like 10 years.
Yeah.
I have not seen this in so long. So going through all this, I remembered, I think, like a total of 2 scenes in the entire movie. And both of them are yet to come. But yes, I only remember 2 things. So everything else was a complete new movie for me.
Yeah.
Because I think also I was young. So I was like kind of like hiding. Like watching it. Cause I was
Fair.
I was like, ooh, fuck. Ooh, I don't like that.
Oh, this movie's good. Last time I watched it was like 2016, so it's been a while for me. It's been a while.
It was a long time. There is an interesting fun fact about the movie that I'll bring up in 5 scenes.
I have fun facts written down, so if it's one of those, you can have it. So, Carolyn, she's spooked by her daughter, and then April's like, "You wanna play hide and clap or whatever?"
Mm-hmm.
Carolyn follows the claps around the house. It all leads to the wardrobe.
Mm-hmm.
The wardrobe. We open it up, and we hear Carolyn say, "Oh, I can hear you breathing." By the way, the person seeking's blindfolded. We forgot to mention that.
Yeah. So you put on a blindfold, and then somebody goes and hides, and then you walk around the house or wherever you are, and then you go, "Give me a clap," and they go,
Yeah.
like that, and then that like indicates you gotta go find them, and you only get to tell them to clap 3 times, and if you don't find them within that, it's the next person's turn.
Yeah. And then we hear someone like run out of the room. Carolyn takes off her blindfold, and all we hear is, "You lost. You took off your blindfold." I was in Christine and Nancy's room. Spooky.
Not to mention, this is the first time that you see something.
Yeah.
Because when she's blindfolded, there's a shot of her, and then out of focus in the background is the dresser that's open, and you see two hands stick out from behind the clothing and clap like that, and then go slowly back in, and she is not in there. That's so fucking freaky.
So then, it's nighttime again.
Just knocked over this fucking head. Right.
That's okay.
Keep going. Keep going.
That's okay.
I knock over this thing twice per episode.
I almost just said Officer Francis because I saw the head. Christine gets pulled again at night, and then a second time a little harder. So she's like, "Oh fuck!" And then we start hearing growling, and then she looks under her bed, and as she's looking under her bed, the camera's like upside down, like her point of view.
Cool
you
shot.
see the door start opening. Ooh, it's effective.
Yeah.
So Christine like gets up, and she's like, "Nancy, wake up." And then she's like, "Christine, are you all right?" And Christine's like, "Do you see it?" And Christine's like pointing at the door. She's like, "There's someone behind the door, and it's looking right at us." Nancy doesn't see shit,
That scene scared the fuck out of me.
but Christine does. And then that smell comes back. Nancy gets up and shuts the door, right? Or goes to shut the door. And then Christine says, "It's standing right behind you." The door then slams, the girls scream, and the parents run in. And Christine said, "It talked to me. It wants my family dead." Back to the Warrens' house.
Okay, so when I was watching this, I'm watching this movie, and throughout it, I'm like, it keeps doing like over the shoulder shots, but like half the time there's nothing there. And I feel like this is one of those movies that like you need to rewatch like 10 times, because I feel like I missed 1,000 things watching this movie. Is there shit behind them and like shit like that the whole time, like throughout the movie? Do you know? Because it feels like one where there is, because like shots are placed to where you're like way over here, and then like there could be something all the way over your
It's
left.
James Wan, so probably not. It's probably just to make you feel uneasy.
It's okay, so it's like intentionally doing that to make me think that there is some shit there,
Yeah.
but there really isn't.
Yeah, and he did this
Was
really, really cool thing in Insidious where it was the exact opposite. Where it was shot as if nothing was going to happen, and then something crazy fucking happened.
Ah, okay.
And we'll talk about
He did
that.
Insidious too?
Yeah, he did Insidious.
Oh.
That's why they're so similar.
Interesting. They are very similar. I always thought they were the same kind of like storyline or whatever. I will say, in that scene, number one, was there anything behind the door? Like if you turn the contrast up or whatever, was there anything there, or was it just black?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't sit there and turn up the contrast.
I was like, there's a little bit of reflection on my TV. So like, and like my windows were open and stuff. So like, I didn't get to see like if there was something real hidden back there. I didn't know. Also, the actress that plays Christine, I cannot stand.
Joey King?
I do not like. I do not like them at all. However, this scene, she acted the hell out of that scene.
What other movie was she in?
They annoy the fuck out of me.
Joey King, right?
Yeah. They annoy the fuck out of me, but like, I was so invested in this scene in particular because like they acted the fuck out of that scene. I will say. So props to her, even though I don't like her at all. But props to her in that scene.
What else is Joey King in? What do I know her from other than?
Dude, she's like the child and everything. Like she's always like that kid. So let's see. Ramona and Beezus. White House Down, Slenderman. Let's see. Crazy Stupid Love. Oh, she was the kid in that. Dark Knight Rises. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. The Flash. And here's a Who.
Pretty
Ice Age.
impressive.
She got a fucking career. That's James Franco on the cover of that one. The Haunting Hour. Damn. She's in a lot of shit. Holy fuck. She's in a lot of stuff, but like, I don't know, her maybe it's just her face, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh yeah, she was that.
Oh, the girl that the mom said that
Gypsy Rose.
Gypsy Rose, the one that the mom said that she had all the diseases and everything.
She did it. Yeah. Ooh, that'd be a good one to cover.
She was in that. I forgot. Wasn't that a Was it this? Is that the show that I'm thinking? Is that a show? The Act?
Yeah, I think so, isn't it?
Is it a show? Yeah, one season. Okay, yeah. My mom loved that fucking show, and she kept telling me to watch it, and I like had no interest at the time. But the more I hear about that case, the more I want to cover it, including the one that you sent me the other day. So you guys might have a very new and breaking case, like as it's developing. I have to make sure that we're okay to talk about it, though.
Yeah, don't jump the gun on that one, because
There's
wow.
Two. There's two. There's one you sent me.
And there's one you sent me.
I sent you, and that one, I've mentioned in another video. I've mentioned that scene.
That new one isn't crazy though.
That's a closed case from like 15 years ago.
Yeah, this case that we're currently talking about is like happening right now.
Yeah, like the dude like just got arrested like 3 days ago.
The killer? I thought he was. Oh, that one.
The dad?
I thought you were talking about I thought you were talking about the other. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about this off camera.
We cut back to the Warrens' house, and Ed tells Lorraine that Father Gordon wants them to check out a case.
Mm-hmm.
Ed wants to check out the case himself because he's worried about Lorraine since the last incident. And then, it cuts to them, and it's like he explains to this couple that the noises that they were hearing in their house are not ghosts. Mm-hmm. They are, in fact, pipes. And this feels like a good place to take a break before we get into the real spooky shit.
Yeah.
All right. Guys, go play hide and go clap or whatever during our break. Let us know if it's fun or not, because we'll be grinding out here.
Yeah, but also listen to the ad.
This episode is pretty scary, but what's scarier is not having access to your favorite Paramount horror films like Friday the 13th, A Quiet Place, and Scream. With Paramount Plus, you have access to a mountain of entertainment, groundbreaking originals, iconic movies, hilarious reality shows, game-winning sports, and so much more. It's all here on Paramount Plus. Plans start as low as $4.99. If you bundle with Showtime, you can save up to 28%. This was a pretty intense episode, so if you need something lighthearted to distract your mind, click the link in the description below to sign up for a free trial.
Hey everyone, this is Kinson from the Creep at 100 podcast. Today I'm here to talk to you about Skillshare. Skillshare is a platform where you can explore thousands of hands-on creative classes to better yourself in any area. These areas include TV, film, animation, creative writing, music, design, illustration, photography, anything you could think of. Whether you're here to just learn a new skill or learn how to start a small business, they have classes for everyone on Skillshare. Exclusive for our listeners, guys, you can go on and you save 50% when you sign up for an annual plan. Make sure to click the link in our description below to sign up for your free trial and join Skillshare today. It really is one of the best places to learn any new skill, and I promise you guys will not regret it. Sign up for Skillshare today.
Okay.
Jesus, that was the most Jacksepticeye ass. The fucking top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning to you, laddies.
Welcome back, guys. I have less clothes on.
I do too, just down below.
We both shed a layer, and I chose my hoodie, and he chose his pants. Okay.
So we're back at the farmhouse. Carolyn is still covered in these bruises, and they keep showing up on different places. Mm-hmm. She hears this child laughing, followed by a clap. And she's like, "Oh, come on, girls, it's bedtime. It's not time to play hide and go clap or whatever."
It's a good fucking scene. It's a really good
scary fucking scene.
Yes.
So, we then hear, we just hear a ruckus, bro. Carolyn comes out and sees that all the picture frames that were lining their steps are crashed on the ground, and there's glass everywhere.
Shit was loud, bro.
I
was using a sound bar in my house.
See, that scared the shit out of me. That was one of the ones that scared the shit out of me.
It shook my living room. I had to go check the structure of my house. I had to go do this little wall taps. We like check for studs.
Checking for the studs.
I had to check to see if my studs were still there, if they were all knocked over after that fucking loud noise.
So then we hear a piano start playing from the cellar. Carolyn thinks it's one of her kids, so she goes down there. And she's like, whoever's down there, I'm going to lock you in. So get your ass up here.
Mm-hmm.
And then that bitch gets thrown down the steps by an entity, bro.
Bro, she turns towards that door to walk halfway out.
And
Door
bah!
slams her back in the fucking head. That fall she took down the stairs looked nasty, bro.
Dude, it looked like it hurt.
It looked bad. Like, she smacked the fuck out of the back of her head on, like, the beam at the bottom of the stairs, and then she kept rolling and smacked her head again on that actual wall. Damn, bro, that was a rough fall.
So as she's laying there, concussed, she's like, oh, fuck. And a ball hops over all this fucking stuff and rolls at her.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, nope, I'm fucking out of here. So she runs up the steps, and as she's running up the steps, a fucking light bulb, the one light bulb down there, just pops.
Yeah.
Luckily, that bitch has matches.
Well, both of them. The one at the top of the steps, too.
They both go?
Yep. Because remember, there was one right at, like, the in the closet.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
There's one all the way down there. It shows that basement one, but that one goes out as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't, like, explode. I think it just goes out.
So she runs up the steps. She lights a match.
Mm-hmm.
It goes out. She lights another match. And then we hear someone say, hey, you want to play hide and clap?
Mm-hmm.
And then from behind her, we see two hands come out from the shadows and just clap.
Ooh, bro. That's one of the one scenes that I remembered.
It's scary.
And I also, for some reason, maybe this is another movie, and maybe you can tell me what it is, but the ball scene.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like I've watched a movie where a ball rolled out, they roll the ball back, and then the ball rolls out again?
Oh, that's probably happened. I feel like I know what you're talking about.
It's a red ball, same as that, but it's like smaller. It's like baseball size.
Yeah.
And they like roll it, and then it goes into the darkness, and then it rolls back, and they roll it back there again, and then it comes out again.
Is that Insidious 2?
I don't know. Maybe it was in like the trailer or something, because I've never seen any of the Insidious.
Oh, you're gonna have a good fucking time when we watch those.
Yeah, but like I feel like I distinctly remember a scene exactly like that, and when the ball fell out on this scene, I thought it was that. And I was like, oh, I know what happens, and then it didn't.
I don't remember. So the camera like kind of zooms out on the cellar door while we hear a bunch of like thudding.
Mm-hmm.
So Andrea is the oldest daughter.
Andrea is the oldest daughter? Okay.
Cindy's the sleepwalker.
Yeah. Yep. You're absolutely right. Now
That's what it was. Oh, and everything just clicked there. Sorry, everyone. She does have a name. So Cindy is sleepwalking again and hitting her head on the wardrobe again. So Andrea grabs her and puts her in her own bed. And then, as she's in her own bed, we continue to hear the banging from the wardrobe.
Mm-hmm.
And Andrea walks up to it. Cindy sits up from the bed.
Yeah. Michael Myers sits up.
Yeah, Michael Myers. Whole ass.
Yeah. Like from the waist.
And then Cindy gasps. We then see the fucking demon on top of the wardrobe. And the girl starts screaming, bro. I mean, I would scream too. That's scary.
That motherfucker jumped on her. It jumps on Andrea and starts clawing at her. Cindy's just screaming in bed.
So Roger runs. He realizes that Carolyn is stuck in the fucking cellar, so he gets her out of there. And then they run upstairs, and Roger's confused. He's just like, bro, can someone please just tell me what's going on here?
Dude, that scene made me laugh. He turns around and he says, damn it, someone let me know what's happening here. Stuff like that. And I was like, dude, I get it. Running into that situation, you've ran into your screaming daughters like 3 times now. Like, someone needs to patent this out and figure out what the fuck is making them scream all night.
Yep. Demons. We then cut to another college class. Is this your fun fact? What was your fun fact?
It's when he's doing the recording. Hi, my name is Ed Warren. I'm here at blah, blah, blah.
Okay. So during this college class, we see that the actual Lorraine Warren is there with a little cameo in the audience.
Mm-hmm.
And we learn the 3 stages of possession. Infestation, oppression, and possession, which we are seeing with the Perron family.
Yeah. So,
the class, or the seminar ends. Class, seminar, I don't know what you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's a
lecture.
yes. Yes.
So Carolyn catches them after the lecture and asks them if they could just come take a look. And they're like, I don't know, we don't really know if we have time. And then she's like, listen, I have a family. You would want someone to do the same for your daughter, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would want you to pull up.
Yeah, and he's like, fuck. Fine. So the Warrens go to the farmhouse. They walk around. Carolyn starts explaining the weird smells, the cold, the clocks, the picks, the 3 knocks that stop at dawn.
Yep.
And you know what we find out? Those 3 knocks are demonic knocks to insult God.
The Holy Trinity.
The Holy Trinity,
Yep.
which is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Yep.
They go to the cellar. Lorraine channels something down there. We just hear a lot of screaming.
Yeah.
And all she says is, something happened. Something awful happened here, Ed.
Yeah.
Something awful. So Ed sits down with Roger and Carolyn. They just start talking. Lorraine is with April, the youngest daughter right now. April gives Lorraine the music box. She starts fucking with it, and Lorraine sees Rory. Spooky.
Let me tell you, bro, Lorraine is collected. I would have turned around and chucked that shit at that fucking glass door that she saw the reflection in. Lorraine, and she proves it over and over again. She does this. Some shit will pop up in her face, and she's like, oh. And that's it.
Yep.
Like, bro,
Yep.
She is so calm about this shit. It is crazy.
So, Lorraine takes a little walk out of the house and goes down by the pond. We see this huge tree out by this dock, and that's where she decides to stand.
It's the one from the poster.
Yeah, it's the one from the poster, everybody. Ed walks over to her. We then hear that same rope swinging we heard earlier. While she's talking to Ed, we see that someone, we only see the shot of Ed, and right next to him we just see feet, as if someone was hanging from the tree.
Yeah.
It's horrifying.
It's a very scary fucking shot.
So, after Lorraine sees that, they've come to the conclusion. They tell the family, the house needs exorcised.
Yeah.
Lorraine tells them about the dark entity she's been seeing, and it has latched itself to the back of Carolyn and one of the girls in the living room. And moving out wouldn't help.
I loved that scene. The little flashback she had.
Yeah, where you can see the dark cloud just in the back.
Yeah, okay, so when she's walking through the house the first time, I'm like, why does she keep making faces at these people? She's looking terrified at the kids, and then she looks at the husband all weird and shit like that. And I'm like, why? There's nothing in those scenes. And then it goes back, shows the exact same scenes, but what she can see through her clairvoyant mind. And honestly, I really, really liked that she made the reactions in the normal footage, because a lot of movies will not do that. It'll just show someone walking through a room, and then it'll show it again. Yeah. And it's them walking through a room, and now they're reacting like crazy. But this one was she reacted to nothing, so that later she could react to something.
If you like that, you're gonna love Insidious.
I'm excited for it.
Insidious 1 and 2 are back to back. It's a back to back watch, to be honest.
Should we do a 1 and 2? That's up to you. You can decide.
Yes.
I don't know how involved they are.
They're very involved with each other.
Okay. And that's is that the last key or is that the third?
Last key's 4.
4. Okay.
And there's a 5th one coming out apparently.
Fuck. Okay. No. We're good.
So, you know what? The investigation basically begins. The Warrens leave their home. They go back and they start listening to the tapes, and they hear paranormal screaming on them.
Okay. So right here, this is where I wanted to chime in. Today is 52 years to the day after they started their investigation.
Shut the fuck up, really?
My name is Ed Warren. It's November 1st. Blah, blah, blah. Today is November 2nd, the day that they came back and started the investigation.
Weird.
I noticed that when I saw it, as of recording day, by the way, guys. This will be way later, but as of today of us recording this is, 51 years to the day of when the shit popped off.
That wasn't even planned.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was so excited when I saw that. That was my little fun thing.
Wow.
Because it was 71, I believe.
That's actually really cool. So Lorraine is talking to Carolyn back at the house, and when she touches a photo of the family at a beach, she has a vision of the really good time they had.
Mm-hmm.
She brings it up, and Carolyn is like, "How'd you know?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's perplexed. And Carolyn's like, "Those kids mean the world to me." Eventually, the cellar door opens by itself, and the camera pops due to the temperature change, because they got it set up to where if the temperature changes, the camera's just gonna.
That's cool. That's a cool. Like,
It's an Insidious too, so buckle the fuck up.
Really?
Yeah, it's cool. And what they do in Insidious, because like obviously the Conjuring is based on a true story.
Yeah.
The Insidious is not, so it goes
So it just goes crazy.
off the fucking rails in Insidious.
They had no one to be like, I don't know. that's
By
not
the
what
way,
you're at."
Tyler, thank you for submitting your request for Insidious. We'll be doing that in the next few weeks.
Oh, that was his idea.
That was his idea.
Okay, cool. All right, super excited to do that then. That makes me even more excited.
And we might do a little double feature for you, because I think you need to watch both 1 and 2
I would 100%
back
do
to
that.
back, because your mind's gonna be fucking blown when you watch 2 and you're like, "That's what that was."
Okay, I'm excited. We'll do that.
Yeah,
We got
it's
you.
pretty fucking sick.
We got you, Pinto Gang.
So they go down there. Ed walks around with his big ass 70s mic, and Lorraine feels something down there, bro.
Yeah.
She's like, something's off, and she starts getting a little woozy.
Mm-hmm.
They go upstairs, right, and then the door slams.
Yeah.
It's the morning after.
Mhm.
Everything's a little calm.
Yep.
They're all having breakfast. Carolyn goes to bed because she's tired.
Yeah.
Ed and Lorraine are like, "You know what? We'll take over. Like, we'll take care of the house and the kids while you sleep. You need to rest."
Yeah.
So it cuts to Lorraine and Ed out back. They're hanging up laundry. They share a real cute moment where they're like, "Why don't we live in a farmhouse?
Right.
This is cute."
Yeah.
Ed walks away. He goes back in the house, and then a gust of wind comes by, like a huge storm comes over, and Lorraine's trying to grab all these sheets off the clothesline, right?
Yeah.
And as she's trying to grab one, it blows away, and it blows right into this invisible entity.
Yeah. It like you could just see the outline of this figure standing there staring like at her through the sheet hitting it. It's like when someone puts a fucking sheet over their head for like a ghost. It's like that, but it like blows up against. Ugh, bro. That's a crazy. That's a
Did
cool
that get you?
ass effect though. It didn't get me because I actually knew that was gonna happen, but because I've seen that like GIF like 1,000 times. But I was like, when I watched it in like the actual movie, I was kind of thinking, I was like, that's such a cool effect. I wonder how they did that.
Yeah, it's probably CGI. Has to be.
Could be.
Because it flies. Because the sheet ends up going all the way up to Carolyn's window, and when the sheet hits the window, it comes down, and we see the demon standing there.
Yeah.
Which is scary.
Yeah.
Which is pretty scary. So as Carolyn's laying there, we kind of see a bruise start developing, like as it almost looks like a hand grabbing onto her.
Mm-hmm.
And then the demon jumps on her and pukes possession into her mouth.
Dead
There's
ass.
no other way to put it.
Dead ass.
She just pukes possession into her.
Bro, that shit was nasty.
Lorraine knows what's up. She runs in there. She's like, "Are you okay?" The door opens. She's like, "I'm fine. Just feeling a little sick."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That motherfucker got her.
Someone puked, and it wasn't her. It was the demon. So it cuts to outside. Roger and Ed are together. And he's like, "Listen, something happened with Lorraine, and I just don't know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I want her really doing any of this anymore."
Yeah, he tells because Roger's trying to thank him.
Yeah.
Roger's trying to thank him and be like, "Thank you so much for coming," blah blah. And he's low key like, "You can thank Lorraine because if it was up to me, we wouldn't be here."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, okay, bro." And then he's like, "Nah, some shit happened to her in this possession. Something grabbed her, or something took a big piece of her," is what he says. "And I'm very afraid that's gonna happen again. And so I don't want to be here."
If you watch The Conjuring 2, you find out what it is.
The thing from that one, because what was it? What was his name? Eduardo or something?
Which one?
The possession that happened, because the possession that happened in is the one that they're showing.
Oh, that's right. Never
It's
mind.
to do
There's
with the
another.
There's to do with the bleeding
Yeah,
eyes.
because he starts bleeding. Yeah.
But it doesn't show what it is. It just shows like her like she looks at him and screams and.
Is it The Conjuring 2 where you find out, or is it something?
Never seen it.
It's better than this one, I think.
I've seen. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I've only ever seen The Conjuring. I don't think I've ever seen any of the other Conjurings or any of the Annabelles.
Or The Nun? Haven't seen the Nun either.
Fucking Valisk or whatever their name is.
Valak.
Valak.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. We'll get to that.
So, also with Ed and Lorraine is just a tiny crew. We have Drew, and we've got a cop, who's a real skeptic.
Yeah.
He's yeah. So we cut to the cop just hanging out, and we see this maid entity start walking around, and we just keep hearing her say, "Look what you made me do."
Yeah.
So the cop goes around the corner, and she jumps at him and starts screaming, "Look what you made me do!" The cat and he starts freaking out. And then right after that, all the cameras start popping off as Cindy starts sleepwalking past each camera. They then hear a voice on the mic, and it says, "Follow me this way." Cindy goes into a room, the door slams, and Cindy is missing. They get it open, and they use a UV light to follow her footprints to the wardrobe. They open the wardrobe, and she's not in there. So Ed, what he does, because he's smart, he moves all the clothes, he brings the UV light in, and we find out there's a sliding door back there, which that's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's a small little space where Cindy is. And Lorraine, they pull her out, and Lorraine ends up going in there. What was that?
I don't know. We're good, but like.
So Lorraine goes in there and asks for the music box. So she starts fucking with the music box, and then she finds this rope. She starts pulling on the rope, and we find out that that's a noose. She finds a noose in that little hidden room. And then the floor fucking breaks, and she falls down to the basement.
Yeah.
Ed was right. They should have stayed home, bro.
They should have. Yeah.
And then she starts hearing laughing. So she plays with the music box again and looks in the mirror. She sees Rory dead and somebody over him with a knife. The lady with a knife looks over to her. Right? So Lorraine turns around from the mirror and she's not there. Lorraine looks back at the mirror and they're gone. She closes the mirror, and this scared the shit out of me. As she closes the mirror, the fucking maid entity's right there. Behind it. It scared the fuck out of me. And then once again says she made me do it. So she's kind of under this table at this point, right? We see someone's feet come down as if they were hanging.
Yep. Same person.
Swinging, right?
Looks like.
And then what we see is the feet start rotating towards her, and that was so scary, bro.
Yeah, that shit just goes. Starts heading towards her fast as fuck.
And it starts coming towards Lorraine, so she's fucking freaking. She starts running, and something grabs her necklace, pulls her back, and rips it off.
Yeah.
And then all the crucifixes in the house start to fall off the walls. They all start falling off the countertops and all that stuff. And then they're all just standing there. And then we see Nancy's hair start kind of rising up.
Yeah.
And then the demon grabs that bitch's hair and literally slams her into a window and drags that bitch across the house. So what Lorraine does, she grabs Nancy, she takes scissors and cuts her hair so the demon lets go. Guess what happens? Next day, right? Next day. Lorraine's at the dock. She's like, what the fuck are we dealing with here? She looks in the water and she sees a vision of her own daughter in the water. So she calls her mom. She's like, hey, please check on Judy. Make sure she's okay. She's fine.
Yeah.
We then cut to the church. Ed is showing Father Gordon all the footage and all the pictures. And Father Gordon says, I'm going to push the exorcism through myself. We then cut back to the Warrens. It's nighttime. Judy is asleep. Something pulls on her and wakes her up. She gets up. She goes searching around the house. A demon growls at her and freaks her out. So she locks herself into a room. She starts banging on the door. We then hear breathing from behind her. She turns around and we see that the demon is sitting there with Annabelle in her lap.
Yeah.
And Annabelle turns her head towards Judy. So Judy starts freaking out. She starts pounding on the fucking door.
Yeah.
Just in time for Ed and Lorraine to get home. So Ed busts the door open, and what we see is the rocking chair turns by itself towards Judy, and the demon throws it at Judy. But just in time, Ed comes in and grabs her, saves her from the chair, and they double check and make sure Annabelle's still in her case, and she is. We then find out Carolyn has left the motel with Christine and April to kill them at the house.
Mm-hmm.
Because she is possessed.
Yeah.
So, the Warrens get to the house as fast as they fucking can. The cop arrives there as well. The door's locked, so the cop takes a shotgun and just busts that fucking door open.
Yeah.
Which is badass. They get in, and they see Carolyn trying to kill Christine with scissors. They end up restraining her, and they try to take her to an exorcist, but as they're pulling her out of the house, she starts, like, burning up.
Yeah.
So, like, we've got to do it in the house. It's crazy. Carolyn then gets dragged to the fucking basement. Carolyn's going through it in this movie, bro.
Yeah, she really is.
They all run down there, and they see her being thrown across the room. So they try to, like, restrain her, and then she ends up biting the cop.
Oh, yeah, like
on
on
the
the fucking cheek,
yeah,
like jawbone area. It's
rips a bunch of skin off.
crazy.
They throw a blanket over her, and they restrain her to this chair, okay? Ed's then like, you know what? I've got to do the exorcism myself. Lorraine grabs the book, and they start exorcising that bitch. The demon starts shaking the house. Crows, like birds, start flying into the windows. Ed continues on. The demon then reveals itself through the sheet. Ed stops. The chair levitates. Ed then continues. The chair flips upside down and puts itself on the ceiling. Ed keeps on going. Ed keeps on going with the exorcism. And Carolyn falls to the ground. Then a bookshelf that's behind Ed fucking falls into him, but he dodges it. He's athletic in this movie. Ed then continues. And Roger's like, where's my wife? Come on. Carolyn, come on. And then Carolyn turns to him and says, she's already gone. You're all gonna die. And as she says that, a shotgun falls over and starts firing at them.
Dude, that shit was crazy. Because it does like the gun rule in movies. Like 5 minutes before that, where it shows a scene of like the cop putting the gun down, and it shows it's still of the gun for a few seconds. It shows like whatever rule that is that that you like talked about.
The rule is if you see a gun, it's gonna get fired.
Yes. Yeah. So they do that, and now every single time, because I remember you told me about that rule 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Or something, when you like, because I was like, I said something about a gun in a movie, and then you said, oh well, that's because of this rule or whatever, and I was like no way. And now every time I fucking see a gun in a movie, I think about that moment, and I'm like, that's 100% true.
It is true.
Like it's an actual film tactic.
Yeah.
Because you learn that in your classes.
In my classes, yes.
Yeah. In like film
it's also
classes.
it's same with stage work too. If there's a gun on stage, it's gonna get fired.
Yeah. So I knew that it was gonna happen. I was waiting for the when.
Oh, and the way it happened is crazy. The gun literally by itself like falls over and just starts firing.
Yeah.
It's scary. But no one gets shot, thank God. Drew, who I mentioned earlier, ends up finding April hiding. And out loud he exclaims, I found April! So what does Carolyn do? That bitch goes to kill her. So they go into this little like room, like this like, it's in between walls, so it's real tight. April is in there. Carolyn gets in there and starts trying to kill her. So Ed busts in. He finishes that exorcism before she kills April, and she starts puking out the possession, bro.
In the fucking dirt, bro.
In the dirt.
You see a little smoke come out of it.
I know, it's gross.
It is really gross. It's a little steam.
Steamy puke, baby.
It's
Steamy
nasty
puke.
as hell.
Woo! And then Lorraine comes in and she says, remember the beach day. And we get a flashback to the beach day again. Carolyn overcomes the demon, and she's been saved.
Mm-hmm.
Morning arrives. All the other kids get there. They hug in this real neat moment. Then April runs up to Lorraine and gives her the necklace that the demon pulled off of her earlier. Real nice. Ending.
Yeah, it was.
So the Warrens go back home. Lorraine goes to call Father Gordon to tell him everything that's happened. Ed puts the music box in the paranormal room. And as soon as he does that, Lorraine walks in and says, yeah, so the Vatican approved that exorcism. And he's like, oh, well, it's a little late, but good thing. And then she says, well, he wants to meet with us about a case in Long Island.
Hell yeah. back on the motherfucking job.
Back on it. They leave. The music box starts to play. It zooms in on the mirror, and that's where it ends.
There was nothing in the mirror, right?
Nothing.
Great. Okay, because I thought it was going to go to Annabelle. I thought it was going to show Annabelle because I just know that there's other Annabelle movies.
Yeah.
As of now.
Well, they're all prequels. No, not Annabelle Comes Home.
So one thing about when they're in the basement and they're doing the exorcism, they do this part where he commands the demon to reveal itself.
Yeah.
Half the sheet over her face splits open, and the way that the white goes over her like this, it is Valak.
You think so?
Yeah.
It's not Valak.
It looks like fucking Valak. With the fucking white shit right there, it looks like the nun, like, shit that's on their head, like the little hood that they wear.
You need to watch The Conjuring, too.
Exactly like that. It's creepy, bro. I thought it was like some sort of, like, connecting point.
I don't think it is. But like I said, I think The Conjuring 2 is better. I
like Annabelle's use in this.
It was very minimal, but, like, it worked.
Yeah, it was. I think, I don't know why, because usually when, like, movies have this kind of setup, I always think, like, oh, fuck, it was kind of a crutch. To, like, when nothing else was happening, they used that.
Yeah.
But I don't know why, for some reason in this I like it, and I think it's just because I know
The Annabelle story.
that she fucks with shit, and, like, that's, like, her, like, playful nature coming out, and, like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Of why that would happen. Also, why the fuck do you have your daughter in that house? With all these crazy supernatural artifacts that you just got laying around. Why is she there?
I don't know, man. Shit's weird.
Yeah.
So are we doing one-star reviews now or fun facts? What are we doing first?
So, I'm going to say, I think what we should do is
And when do we rate it? When do you want to rate it?
That's what I was going to say. I say rate 1 stars fun facts.
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Okay. I think I'll agree, actually. I think I'm going to fully agree 8 out of 10. And the reason that I say 8 out of 10 is because it was such a build. A long build.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, it felt like a lot of wasted seconds, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
In the first half. The second the shit starts kicking off, I was sitting there and I was like, I couldn't wait to get here. When it started kicking off, because I was like, this is a movie. I was like, this is fucking great. When I remember my exact moment that I thought, not even a significant moment, but when I literally was like, this is a fucking movie, bro, is when their assistant, Ed Lorraine's assistant, that younger guy.
Drew.
Yes, Drew. Runs back into the house to try to find Christine, because Christine's missing.
April's missing.
Oh, April's missing. Christine's in the car. Sorry.
Correct.
He gets Christine, puts Christine in the car. He comes back in to find April, and it's just going fucking crazy. And they're in the basement doing a full exorcism, and the sound difference is insane. The whole house is rattling in the basement, but it's only contained to the basement. So he's upstairs, and it's silent. Like, he's, like, tiptoeing around the house. It's completely silent, and I was like, this is crazy. I was like, shit's popping off on every floor of this house right now. I literally was like, I sat up on the couch, and I was up towards it, and I had my hands on my knees, and I was like, oh my god. I was like watching. I was so invested in it. However, it took an hour and 20 minutes to get there.
Yeah.
So
this is why I think you're gonna like The Conjuring 2 better. Is it
starts wild, or gets into it quicker?
It gets into it faster.
Okay.
And it's more entertaining. And the way that Valak
was The Conjuring 2, that fucking family with the girls.
The Enfield poltergeist.
Enfield kid. I think I have seen that. Also around the same time that I saw this one. I think I watched both at the same time.
There you go. It's better.
Because I feel like it's a fucking... The house is like a British-ass house, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's like something like a British person would call their flat.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I have seen it. I remember just, like, the shot of the house. For some reason. Okay.
Yeah, so
I
8
got
out
these
of 10.
1 stars. If you are ready for that. I also agree 8 out of 10.
Let's do it.
Listen, I don't have a ton. I have 8 of them. Honestly, when I started doing 1 stars, I reviewed them a little bit last night, and 90% of them are about the dog dying, and that's why people immediately 1 star.
Okay.
Just about Sadie dying, and that's it. And that's the only reason they say it's 1 star. I got rid of most of those.
Okay, great. Most.
Because like two of them like mention the dog and it's funny.
Okay.
Like the way they mention the dog. So, first one, 1 star. Very boring movie. Same typical storyline. A family stay in a house and experience creepy things. The only thing frightening is the background music, which gives you an intuition of something creepy, but nothing ever happens. I don't think they watched the rest of the movie.
No, like,
I think they stopped halfway through. This reeks of stopping halfway through. This one. To those in this 1-star section, stop complaining about how they killed the dog off. The movie states that it is based on a true story and the dog died in real life. You can't bring the dog back to life in reality, so why change the whole story in the film just to fix your issue with the dog dying? Yes, it was sad, but it happened. Stop fucking talking about it. But like, he's in defense, but he's still rated at 1 star to get it in this 1-star comment section.
That's actually really
so funny. And then one person found this helpful.
Yeah, that one person was me.
Yeah. All right. This one. 1 star. All Conjuring movies and Annabelle Come Home are fake. None of these movies is based on true story. Ed and Lorraine were fraudsters. They were not paranormal investigators. Warner Bros. Gang of James Wan lied about these fictional movies. Very angry.
That was a contradicting statement. He lied about these
fictional movies. Broke rule 1. Killed a dog in about 15 minutes. And spoilers. There are people in the film. They are dumb and believe in ghosts. I like it. There are people in the film. They're dumb. And they believe in ghosts. We got this one. Lowest. It's a funny movie. Not even a single screen is horror or interesting. Really wasting time movie.
Really wasting time movie?
Yeah. Okay. It's one of my favorites. This is the last one, too. Oh, wait, no. No, it's not. Okay, so movie is bad. Wait, I gotta go to the bathroom. Wait, okay, so movie is bad. I had to take fat dump.
That's helpful.
Yeah.
How many...
5 people found that helpful.
See?
So...
I knew it would be helpful.
All right. 1 star because I pee-pee myself and had to sleep with my bear. Then I heard noises in my dream and I'm suing. Next.
I pee-pee myself.
Next is, it literally felt like I was watching a Supernatural episode.
That's actually pretty funny.
That one made me laugh really hard. Bro, it's deadass the first episode of Supernatural, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, yeah.
The pilot of Supernatural was about a woman in white that brought home someone because she was about to kill her kids.
Bub, I've seen it.
Dude.
I've seen the first few episodes of Supernatural.
Oh my god, that's so funny. That one really got me when I was fucking watching it. Oh,
That's
shit.
funny.
All right.
Fun fact time.
Yeah, let's get some fun facts.
So the film has been in works for 20 years. That film had been in the work for 20 years. Don't ask why. I don't have any other information.
I was about to say, what? What do you mean?
Obviously, the real Lorraine Warren has a cameo.
Mm-hmm.
But did you know that screenings in the Philippines were actually blessed by priests?
Really?
Really.
Interesting.
And then
that makes sense.
The final and my favorite fun fact.
Yeah.
The film's production was plagued by spooky happenings.
Mm.
Did you know that?
I feel like I did.
James Wan revealed that while working on the script one late night, his adopted puppy started staring and growling aggressively at an empty side of the room. Gross. Phone chats with Lorraine Warren were plagued by weird sounds and static that were often cut off, like altogether. And that's not all. Ready for this one? This is probably the craziest.
Okay.
The Piron family visited the North Carolina set. The real mother, like the real Carolyn, admitted to feeling the same strange dark presence she did during the various real-life incidents. And guess what happened to her?
What?
She took a real nasty fall and got sent to the ER.
No, on set.
On set.
Oh, bro.
The whole
I'd
family.
Be fucking gone.
Oh, wait. The whole family also noted that a cool wind which whipped through the set did not move or shake any of the surrounding trees.
So there was this big ass gust of wind, but didn't affect anything else other than they just felt it.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Scary as fuck.
Yeah.
This is our second cursed film we talked about.
Exorcist?
Exorcist was the
Oh,
first.
fuck me. I forgot to talk about this. There's a fucking Pazuzu reference. There's an Exorcist reference in this movie.
Did I miss? Where?
So, when, what's the little girl's name?
Judy.
Judy. When Judy's looking around, there's a shot of her. She's standing here. There's the open door off to her, over her right shoulder of the museum room. In it, lightning strikes, and you see the statue.
Nuh-uh.
You see
The Pazuzu statue.
very similar statue. It's not the same one, but it's super similar in the lightning strike, exactly like The Exorcist.
That's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that, and I wanted to mention it at that time, but I forgot. But yeah, there's a whole ass fucking reference like that into it. I don't know if it's meant to be, but I don't know how it's not.
Yeah.
Because it's a big stone, like dragon-esque looking statue that goes in the lightning strike.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely. It's a cool ass fucking little reference.
You know what I'm
that I
really
thought-
fucking excited for?
What?
David Gordon Green's Exorcist remake. Or not remake, reboot.
Oh, yeah. I'm very excited to see how that goes.
But what he did with Halloween was really cool.
Yeah.
I feel like he's about to take The Exorcist and make it really fucking scary.
Hopefully. I will say one thing. So, as film progresses, scary movies get worse. Because people realize they can do a lot more, like in terms of like CGI and making crazy shit happen, that like I feel like people tend to overuse it.
Yeah.
They see like the limitless boundaries all of a sudden, and then they like try to reach a little too far when it doesn't need that.
Mhm.
Like you can be scared by very minimal things. Like that's why loud noises still work in movies. Like you can do something small.
Lucky for us, though, David Gordon Green loves practical effects.
Good. I think the use of like any like CGI in horror movies, it's good for like smaller effects and maybe once to show like a super scary thing really fast.
What I imagine the if they were to use CGI in this Exorcist movie, it's gonna be for when Pazuzu just pops his head out, like the actual demon.
Okay.
Like you remember how his head would just come into frame.
Yeah, like the flowers and shit like that like happen like every once in a while. Like it happened with him too.
Not the flower.
Remember when the flower would just pop up on screen for like 2 seconds and then disappear?
Mhm.
Yeah, he did that too, right?
That was Hellraiser.
Was it?
Yeah. Hellraiser had those really weird flower
Oh,
transitions.
I am thinking of Hellraiser. You're absolutely right.
I was talking about like when Reagan's mom's walking through the kitchen, and like you see the reflection of the demon, like on the, you know what I'm talking about? That's the only.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope it's only something like that. Because like if they completely like CGI like Reagan's face and shit like that and like make it some super fucking creepy.
Reagan's mom's coming back for it.
As what?
Her mom. I don't know if Linda Blair, Reagan, I don't know if she's coming back.
She can't. She's not a child.
It's not a remake, it's a rehashing. It's like a requel. Like 2018 was. Like Halloween 2018 was.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to remake The Exorcist and then do a few more.
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know if it's a trilogy. It just might be the one.
Interesting.
I'm excited for it.
Okay.
Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning into this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I love the Conjuring movies.
Yep.
I love the first two. The third was okay. It was different. I like that they had the balls to be a little different. You know the drill. Follow us on social media. Leave us a voicemail. If you want to donate, go look at the link below. And have yourself a really spooky time playing hide and clap.
True.